Hello and welcome to Part 5 of Gratitude series. Today's topic is gratitude for wealth. Islam teaches us that everything belongs to Allah. According to the Islamic concept, wealth is considered as an endowment or a gift from God, and human beings are considered as trustees on God's resources on earth. These resources are to be wisely treated, not abused, destroyed, wasted, or left to idle. Wealth is a blessing from God, therefore it should be used responsibly. Islam encourages us to spend more on those in need. Money spent in charity will never decrease. According to Quran, chapter 2, verse 261, the example of those who spend their wealth in the way of God is like a seed of grain, which grows 7 spikes, in each spike is 100 grains. And God multiplies His reward for whom He wills. And God is all-encompassing and knowing. Likewise, according to chapter 2, verse 177, true righteousness is in one who believes in God, the last day, the angels, the book, the prophets, and gives of their wealth, in spite of love for it, to relatives, orphans, the needy, the traveler, those who ask for help, and for freeing slaves, and who establishes prayer and practices regular charity. Lastly, chapter 34, verse 39 of the Quran says, surely it is my Lord who gives abundant or limited provisions to whoever He wills of His servants. And whatever you spend in charity, He will compensate you for it. For He is the best provider. As per Prophet, peace be upon him, spend in charity, and do not count it, lest Allah counts it against you. Do not hoard it, lest Allah withholds from you. Wealth is in the heart and poverty is in the heart. Whoever is wealthy in his heart will not be harmed no matter what happens in the world. Whoever is impoverished in his heart will not be satisfied no matter how much he has in the world. Verily, he will only be harmed by the greed of his own soul. Prophet, peace be upon him, said, the Lord's commandment for every one of His slaves is, spend on others, and I will spend on you. According to Tony Robbins, secret to wealth is gratitude. Zelid Pliskin said, a person who has great wealth will still be unhappy if he hasn't also mastered gratitude. Let us see what modern studies have to say about this topic. Gratitude opens the door for superior results in every area of life. Wealth is just as much about mindset as it is numbers, so practicing gratitude can get you in the right mindset to effectively build wealth and be at peace with your relationship with money. In one study by the National Academy of Sciences of the United States of America, researchers concluded that subjective well-being leads to more earnings. A scarcity mindset focuses on what is missing and always wants more. It feels like there is never enough. This mindset can be harmful to your financial health because you can make poor decisions out of fear. According to research by National Opinion Research Center, America, money cannot make you happy if your increased wealth brings increased expectations. In other words, if you want more as you earn more, you will never be content. There will always be something else you crave, so you will need to work even harder to get the money to buy it. In the light of Islam. According to chapter 43, verse 32 of the Quran, is it they who distribute your Lord's mercy? We alone have distributed their very livelihood among them in this worldly life, and raised some of them in rank above others, so that some may employ others in service. But your Lord's mercy is far better than whatever wealth they amass. If we are not wary of guarding our heart, we can fall into diseases such as arrogance and show-off or conceit. Likewise, hoarding and miserliness is frowned upon in Islam and disliked by Allah. Islam encourages us to earn enough money to meet our needs, so we never have to ask anyone for financial help. In Islam, money is considered provision and a trust from Allah. Islam also disallows extravagance, wastage, and squandering of money or any other kind of wealth on things or avenues that are not beneficial. Now, let's cover the practical steps to be taken in this regard. Ramit Sethi popularized the concept of conscious spending in his book I Will Teach You to Be Rich. The idea is to spend with intent, deliberately deciding where to direct your money instead of spending impulsively. Next is a balanced life. Neither spending too much nor too little. Chapter 17, verse 26 to 27 of the Quran says, and give the relative his right, and, also, the poor and the traveler, and do not spend wastefully. Indeed, the wasteful are brothers of the devils, and ever has Satan been to his Lord ungrateful. Third is a lawful income. Question your sources of income. In the eyes of Allah, pure income is blessed and helps earn his pleasure. Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "A time will come upon the people when one will not care how one gains one's money, legally or illegally." Next is paying off all your debts. Pay back as soon as possible. Try to reduce borrowing as much as possible. Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Whoever contracts a debt intending to repay it, Allah will repay it on his behalf, and whoever contracts a debt intending to waste it, Allah will bring him to ruin." Lastly, give away as much as you can. Practice charity. The significance of charity can be realized by the fact that one of the 5 pillars of Islam is giving wealth to needy and poor. Chapter 2, verse 276 of the Quran says, "Allah will deprive usury of all blessing, but will give increase for deeds of charity." In short, wealth is a blessing from God. It is a test to see if we are grateful or boastful. Spending wisely and earning legally are the key steps to take in this regard.